Well, I lived in Denver a year. I guess I need to go to Lakeside.
Hey, what's up with feedle?
So, hey, yesterday I took a trip to Lakeside Amusement Park, and oh boy, I am so full of mixed emotions about the place. I'll try to share some of them. For those of you who have never been to Denver, Denver has two amusement parks of magnitude. There's a couple little golf and stuff type of places too, but they have, of course, Six Flags Elitch Gardens, which is the big, stinky corporate amusement park. It used to be in my neighborhood, actually, where I live, and it moved downtown. And it's a relatively bog standard Six Flags amusement park, what I like to call a puke park. The other amusement park is a little small family-owned amusement park called Lakeside. There's some interesting stories about that in of itself, but what you need to know for at least the moment is it's a small park. It has the usual collection of kiddie rides that you would expect from any amusement park that's been around for any length of time. But it's got treasure. And as someone who loves amusement parks and has spent a good portion of my life traveling around the West Coast to see amusement parks, I feel like I have to share it. For those of you who've never been to Denver, it was built in 1908. It's family owned and operated. It was originally a copy, for lack of a better word, of White City in Chicago, like many amusement parks around the country. In fact, it's supposedly the only remaining White City style amusement park around. I find that pretty incredible. It's been remodeled in the 1940s, so there's a lot of Art Deco and Art Nouveau style buildings. There's lots of neon. There's lots of rounded edges and the kinds of things you'd expect from a 1930s, 1940s era set of structures. It does have the stereotypical Cyclone wooden roller coaster. It has a bumper car ride. It has bumper boats. It has a train, a little model steam train that goes around. Actually, it had both steam and diesel, I'm led to believe. I think the day I was there, the diesel train was running. And it's a beautiful setting. It's a interesting place. But this is where the mixed feelings comes in. I'm sad. I'm sad because was in a the rides were all the rides that were up and running were reasonably operational. The Cyclone roller coaster was meticulously maintained. I will give them credit for that. It was a hell of a roller coaster. Like any good wooden roller coaster, I felt like I had been beat up 9 ways to hell when I got off the thing. And that's what I ride wooden roller coasters for, quite honestly. But the park itself has definitely seen better days. I was struck as I walked around that there were lots of broken amusement attractions like skill cranes and skee balls and things like that were not operational. Some of the less, you could tell that definitely priorities were given to keeping the Cyclone roller coaster as best as it can, and the steam train was obviously a priority. An effort was made to keep things nice. at least at some level. But again, it struck me that there's this beautiful piece of architecture here in essentially the middle of Denver that is falling apart. And I feel like I need to document what's there because it may not be there for very long. Or who knows, maybe it'll survive another 30 or 40 years or whatever. But I just have this feeling that there's this incredible beauty. It doesn't help that, of course, my love for Art Deco architecture and my love for amusement parks. But it's missing something, and I don't quite know what. And it's been overshadowed, perhaps, by Elitch Gardens and the other things that are make Denver Denver. But this is something. This is. I'll use the hashtag from a number of years back when there was an effort to save historic buildings. This place is important, and I feel like it's being forgotten. Obviously, attendance. There's plenty of people there. The people that were there were having a good time. I don't know. It like I said, there was a moment of me that was sitting on a park bench after riding the cyclone that was struck by this incredible place that appears abandoned. I took some photographs of a couple of abandoned things. I'm going to try to stick them in here. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. At any rate, if you're interested in the history of Lakeside, I'm going to try to link the Wikipedia article below. It has some information. Oh, and I didn't know this. Apparently, the city of Lakeside is where the park is, and it encompasses the park and the shopping mall behind it, and has a total of 8 residents. You gotta love small towns. That's what's up. I travel to Los Angeles tomorrow. I'm filming this on a Sunday. And maybe I'll have some interesting stuff. Maybe? We'll see. See you next week.